What's good? It's your boy, the Double R, the Ravish and Rudy, and of course I got Jared, the Danny McCain.
What's going on, everybody?
And then also I got my homeboy Alex from his show, Just Alex, up on all podcast social medias.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
And of course, we also recording for his show, the Just Alex Show. Also catch that on Spotify. Jared, why you acting this way? But catch us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Of course, you know, NTG, Nate the Great. When you see this, take care, and I hope you feel better.
Yeah, feel better, bro.
So, Alex, before you got here, me and Jared had a little short segment conversation discussing how we're not kids no more.
Right.
We all approached or already approaching 30. And now we are some of our parents' age from back in the day. And me and Jared was discussing of music and how music is getting lost. You know, like our parents when they was our age or younger, you know, they were still somewhat of an age where they can be in the loop still, or even have us listen to their music.
Right.
And now that's getting kind of lost, you know, in just in the flow of life. Now you got parents that's like 18, 19, who are old enough to still stay with fads, but they want to live in the moment. So, you know, it's like their music ain't really out of date. You know, some old songs to them is like 2009.
Right.
Whereas, you know, that music for us
Yeah,
is like
That's our prime.
yeah, that's our like
Right.
we still somewhat playing that. We working out or something, or we in the car. We still might randomly play like some old Gucci or like Waka Flocka or anything like that. When you think about it, there's an 18-year-old now probably don't even know who Waka Flocka is.
Right.
They just know him as like
music in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. So they probably knowing him as like a VH1 star now, social media, you know, shit like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so to you, so like, how does that honestly make you feel? Like, knowing that we are now, like, the guardians now, we gotta, like, pass the information to the younger people.
Oh, man. Like, I got a group chat with me and my little brothers, and they just randomly was like, who was y'all's first childhood crush growing up? And they said, like, I want to say my little brother said Megan Good. And then another one said, who else did he say? I can't remember who my other brother said. But I said, one of them said Lauren London.
Okay.
And then I said Maya and somebody else. And they was just like, Alex, you old. They like 50 years old now. I'm like, bruh, they was not that old when I was y'all's age.
Exactly.
So, right. But yeah, it just like, we the old uncles at the cookout. Damn, I can cuss, right?
You good?
Okay, all right. But yeah, we damn near the old uncles at the cookout.
Hold on, first of all, you got your own show.
That's what I'm saying, because I know I cuss on my shit. But
yeah, I mean, we both got the same shit. Okay. Like, we on the same platform. We even cross-platform.
I was just making sure, bro.
Yes, you share my shit, I share you. Yes, we can cuss.
All right. But yeah, we just the old niggas at the cookout, or the old uncles at the cookout now, damn near, because damn near everybody I know got kids.
Exactly, yeah.
In, you know, first, second grade, something like that. Motherfuckers had kids as soon as we done graduated.
Exactly.
So it's like they kids is up in age, and boy, I feel old as hell sometimes, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
I think I reached that point because I happen to have to work with the younger generation. So it's like, we be fine. I'm old enough to still understand them. Old enough to know y'all young as fuck and y'all get on my nerves. But when it really comes to it, it's music. And that's when we know like our age gap is really there. Like I was telling Jared on our other episode. So it was like one day I just had the music on shuffle and everybody was just like jamming whatever. And then like Snoop came on. And this boy that was working here did not know Snoop was a whole ass killer.
What song came on?
I think it was Murder Was the
Murder,
Case.
I was saying, yeah. Murder Was the Case.
So it started with that, and it just start playing Snoop songs, like just periodically just on shuffle.
Ain't no fun if the homies gang.
And he was like, he never heard this Snoop. And in my mind, I was like, well, firstly, I was like, what Snoop are you listening to?
All they know is Snoop when he did his little rebrand with Wiz. They had that little tape.
Yeah, that's what I told Jared. I was like, we have gotten to where the point in age, kids really only know Snoop as like Uncle Snoop. Snoop smoking weed with Martha Stewart, baking cookies
all
and
the
shit.
Commercials and shit.
Yeah, like they just skipped the whole Crip walk. I have killed someone.
Right. Like the whole case.
Yeah, like that Snoop is just like flown over their heads.
Mm-hmm. Even as much work as Snoop has done, I was telling him I was surprised because Snoop is into so many different things, and I was mentioning to him how like he's made music in foreign countries and in their native language, and he's been on wrestling, and like you said, Martha Stewart cooking. I don't know how many albums the man done made. He done almost everything.
He got a gospel album. He got a reggae album.
See, exactly, but again, we gotta think about this. Like, just like I told him, I seen the thing. It was like songs that are turning 18. Drop It Like It's Hot. It's turning 18. There are people here that is younger than Drop It Like It's Hot. They're old enough to work. They don't know that Snoop. Think about it. When that song came out, they're like 1 or months. They don't know that Snoop. They don't know like.
No, you want to know what really crazy is? Like you hear these new songs like what's that song Sweetie got Tap In. They done sampled it. It's like my nigga, I know the original version of the original song that they came from.
Right.
And then you got the
I don't know who started like this shit. It needs to come to an end.
What's that?
Like the overly resampling a song to where like I'm thinking the old one's about to play.
Oh, well, that comes into.
But no, I mean like I know some people sample a beat. To me, it's the difference between sampling a beat and just sampling the whole damn beat. Like you can sample like a horn or something or a drum beat, bass of it. Between that and then like niggas out here just plagiarizing. I'm like, how the fuck do y'all get away with this? Like,
yeah, but that's like
the song you was talking about, like Tap In. I'm like, I was like, shit, what Too Short at? Like, blow the whistle. Like,
but that comes in when it's like, why go and try and make another hit when it's already a hit? And I can just flip it just a little bit and then say, is this all this song?
I mean,
now?
it's great marketing ploy because okay, think about it. She does that song for someone that's 18.
It's a whole new song to them.
We're 29 to 30. Oh, we gonna be like, oh shit, blow the whistle. We gonna think, oh shit. So she that's a great marketing strategy. But then it's like it's not original, and it's not like to me. It's just like it's kind of lazy.
Well, I really feel like that became like the whole new wave, like maybe about a decade ago when I first started hearing songs where artists when they started sampling older stuff. Like I've heard so much of it now, and I feel like it's been around a decade. When I feel like I've heard
it's been longer because you got like the G-Funk era when they used to take like 60s and 70s songs, like Warren G and Snoop and them. But it's like, I think it's like I know, but it's like I feel like with the G-Funk era, it was slightly a little bit different. It's like they'll add in something else. They're not even trying that no more. And that was just like,
I mean, we say that though, but. Think about it like this. Our parents might have been saying the same thing we saying. Like,
this is true.
I know the original version of this song. They just tweaked it just a little bit. Now it's a whole new song, but it's a completely new sound to us.
I really felt like this when Wale and Jeremiah have their song, and they took my favorite Tony Tone song, and I hear it in the background. And I'm like, yeah, this too much for me. And I be fucking singing their song, and I don't be acknowledging the rapping of Wale, and it's sad. I'm like,
oh man,
that's why people need to just stick to their own stuff and just have their producers and stuff make their own beats or whatever. That way you won't think about nothing else.
I mean, I don't want to say this, but I think like beat making is now becoming like really almost a lost art because it ain't for so many like beat makers you can trust that gonna give you a hot beat. I think like we're probably stuck in a wave where like you're gonna get sampling. That's always gonna happen. Right. But now you to where the point of like a flash sale or like a hit record real fast to get a lot of plays. Like,
yeah, that's the streaming shit.
Yeah, like, and people in the music industry, they're not dumb. Like, they know what's gonna sell real fast. Like, I don't blame them for like digging up old songs, old beats, and then repackaging them. But it's like,
you just don't like that lack of originality.
Yeah, it's like, think about it. Like, let's say if I wanted to make you like a famous rapper, I'll take a song I know from my era that slaps, that I know people my age gonna listen to. I'll set that shit on TikTok. The young kids gonna listen to it. It's gonna just get repackaged. Bam, you're a platinum ass rapper.
Yeah.
I mean, but hey, if it worked, you can't.
Oh yeah, you can't knock success. I would never knock that, but it's like, damn.
I get what you're saying.
It's just like
it's too easy. It's like almost anyone can do it. What you saying?
Yeah, I mean, like with the right lyricism, you take like a beat.
You also gotta have the right money behind you too, though.
That too, because you gotta keep rebranding it, putting it on TikTok. Yeah, that is true, but it's like it's some of like the originality is being taken out, and then going backwards back to like our original conversation. So like I'll start with you. So like when you was younger, you know, you had your parents. You know, your parents are a little bit older than mine. So when it came to you listening to your dad's and your mom's music, so like, what's one artist, you know, from like your parents, you know, you will always take, like, continue. So like, you know, we're the elders now, so like we gotta keep the original music, the original, you know, it going. So what's some artists from your parents that, you know, you want to keep going?
Temptations. Earth, Wind and Fire, Whitney Houston, Supremes, Minnie Riperton. Shit, how many you want me to name? Like all of them.
Well, I mean, like,
introduce me to all of them, man.
Well, I know you can't name all of them because you probably be here all day.
Right.
But like the ones that really like, you know, you always remember, like for your parents for.
Okay. Well, definitely Temptation, Earth, Wind and Fire, because those were my mama's favorite groups out of everybody. My pops, he really, I really wouldn't say he has a favorite group. He listens to like a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? But so I would just definitely say the Temptation, Earth, Wind and Fire, because like hands down, my mother, she would always like play that over everything. So I know probably the bulk of their discography because of my mother.
And what about you, Alex?
Shit, for me, let me see. Definitely somebody that stand out for me is NWA, because my daddy was a huge Eazy-E fan. So, like, my nigga, I remember being like 6, 7 years old. My nigga, I could recite the whole Eazy Does It album. I knew that shit by heart, my nigga.
Same.
I knew that shit by heart. Let me see, outside of there, NWA, which led me to like Snoop. Then, you know, more Dr. Dre when he left NWA. Ice Cube when he left NWA. Let's see, and then they got me into Tupac, DJ Quick, all them others. So all that older West Coast shit, that's my shit right there. And then as far as my mama goes, I'd probably say my mama was heavy into more Michael Jackson, Jackson 5, stuff like that. That's definitely something I remember playing in the house when I was younger. But as far as standouts, those are definitely the top standouts that I can think of.
Well, I know me personally. Well, I don't know about y'all, but see, I sometimes was raised by my grandparents. So like, I have a melting pot of music. So like, my grandpa, this man will always play. He always played Michael. He'll play, you know, Temptations, you know, Smokey Robinson, you know, stuff like that. But the one song he would play that I remember to this day, and it's funny because it's on fucking Baby Boy, is "I Will Always Be With You" by Bootsy Collins. Listen, it never failed. He had it on a fucking tape. He used to drop a fucking Camaro, and he'll put that shit in, and it'll just be random. Like, I used to play like Little League football. As soon as I get into the car, doom. I played the song so much now. I bought the fucking vinyl in there, so it's like, so they will always like remember, like be a memory in my mind. And then with my mom being so young, or having me at a young age, so she's a '70s baby, but she grew up in the '80s. Mm-hmm. So any '80s music is just always in my mind just because of her. So you got like NWA, Run DMC, the Fat Boys, like MC Light. Like there's songs by MC Light I should not know, for one, the age group, and two, being a dude, I can recite any songs from her. And it's then growing up with her in the '90s, because she's growing up, I'm growing up, so then we both listening to like Big Pun, Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, DMX. So we're growing up in the same wave of music. So she's sitting here driving with me. I know Juicy like the back of my hand. I knew the lyrics to Juicy before I started kindergarten. So it's like, and now sitting back now is like, damn, we are old. And then you got kids growing up, some who don't have the right support system or the right like people behind them that know music. They don't even know none of these people, and it's like, it's sad. Like, it's a real tragedy. Like, it's.
I mean, that's when it comes to like we was talking about the sampling earlier. That's how they get reintroduced to it, because like again, that Sweetie song, they hear that, and then their parents, their grandparents be like, oh, that's Blow the Whistle, and then they like, oh, well, what's Blow the Whistle, and then they go listen to that, and it's like, oh, okay.
See, that's how it should be. Sometimes it don't even work that way. Like, I remember one day.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, like one day I was at Taco Bell. Okay, so I listen to an array of music, so I was listening to Stevie Nicks, and she has one song that starts off like "Bootylicious" by Destiny's Child. Mm-hmm. And so when I was playing it and the intro was coming on, they really thought it was Destiny's Child, and they was like, "Well, why the song ain't dropped yet?" And I was like, "This is the original song." And they was like, "There's an original song to Bootylicious," and I was like, "Y'all gotta like listen to." Y'all gotta like listen to different music. Like y'all gotta have someone like
all the kids, because even in our age group, there's a lot of people that didn't like go back and listen to older stuff when they heard like different samples in the music that we listen to today.
Boy,
so it takes a certain type of person to even want to know where this came from.
I'll tell you, like I told Jared. So it's a story I had. I went to the club. We was going as a group. I ain't gonna name drop no one because this man does stay here. I ain't gonna embarrass him. But we was playing music, and fucking UGK came on. It was old UGK. Mm-hmm. This fool in the back seat was like, "Damn, I never heard that Too Short song before." And instantly I was like, "You older than me, so how you don't know who the can't distinguish between Too Short and Bun B and Pimp C, and two, that's very sad. Like you don't know." No Too Short songs. How you think this is Too Short? Like,
I mean, it just depends on who you grew up with, who you grew up around, what type of music they listen to. Because like for me, I ain't really.
I feel like if you born anytime before '95, you know who the fuck Too Short is.
Yeah, but you say that, but it's like when it comes to Jay-Z and Nas, I ain't listening to that shit growing up. Like I said, my daddy was West Coast heavy when it came to a lot of shit he was listening to. Then my mama was more so like R&B, soul type music. So it's like, I ain't got nobody listen to no New York rap, my nigga. Like, first New York artist I really got into was like 50 Cent, Ja Rule.
So you like early 2000s?
Yeah, early 2000s, yeah. That's when I first caught on. Like, I miss the old 90s.
He just made a valid point. So we do have to consider the early 2000s. Because there are some people who are getting wasted to the side who deserve to still be heralded because they did do their own thing. Nelly, for example. Because ain't neither one of us not going to sit here and say we never put a Band-Aid on our cheek and called ourselves Nelly.
Saint lunatics.
On God. These is people who deserve to stand the test of time. Nelly, still with DMX. And you got people who really held their own and like they being disrespected because they just think like, oh, they ain't got no hits. First and foremost, as Jared is gonna fight me on this because we have had this conversation multiple times on this channel, Ja Rule's a GOAT. I have the tattoo to prove it. Ja Rule as a whole. I was waiting for you to say something smart. You ain't gonna say it today.
I never said Ja Rule was not a GOAT.
You and Nate always fuck with me about this.
Me and Nate were just talking about how I can't remember how that conversation went. It had something to do with 50 Cent or something.
Cause y'all just keep saying 50 punked my man.
We all know 50 is the king of trolling, man.
You're right. He is the king of trolling. But I like to add some.
50 Cent killed his career and started doing exactly what he
was. Okay,
that's all I said. I never said that he wasn't solidified.
I'm willing to fight this to the death. Listen,
I mean,
my man Ja.
50 called him out for basically singing on the hook. And then,
listen,
next song he put out, 21 Questions, where he singing on the hook.
That's one reason why I really can't take 50 Cent seriously. Because the man was singing on Candy Shop, and best friend like, oh, you gonna make fun of my nigga, but you out here singing hooks.
Doing the same thing. He clowned him and then started doing the exact same thing and popped with it.
Thank you. And two, I can't take him seriously because he had like rappers ain't supposed to sing on tracks. Fucking LL was doing this in '85.
Oh yeah, people been doing
I Need Love. My man sung his heart on I Need Love. He rapped and sung on there. And they're like,
and Hush.
Thank you. It is, but the main thing, I don't like when people talk and try to knock down Ja Rule. My man was a record label by himself.
At the end of the day,
he held Def Jam together.
I never.
Nobody was like, "Oh, let's go to Def Jam." My man held Def Jam by himself.
Okay.
I'm just saying. He brought Def Jam back from the ashes. I'm just saying. Statistically speaking, if you look this up, my man was a record label by himself. Before Ludacris got popping. Anything on Def Jam.
Yeah,
Ja was Def Jam by himself.
Ja was running shit.
And DMX, I will say that too. But Ja was fucking Def Jam by himself. It's murder. I'm just saying.
Yeah, like I said, I never said nothing bad about Ja Rule. He definitely solidified his name in the rap game too, just like 50 did. I just thought it was funny how 50 kept.
Hell, like we almost.
That's all I said.
We are almost to where a point. They're not going to even know 50 by his music.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be strictly power and stars.
TV stuff, yeah. Like he even basically said that himself when he was talking about retiring after his next album. He just basically said that he's basically made the bulk of his money now from Hollywood television and shows. And
that's another thing I want to get into. You know, as we come down towards the end of. So like, we have came into this point of our lives where some of our teen years rappers, you know, that was booming when we was younger, they come to a close. I know Jared brought in the 50 Cent. He's retiring, even though I feel like he's been retired. Then we got T.I., who is dropping his last album. We don't know if it's going to call it last or not, but he's dropping his last one. And there's one more person too.
Yo Gotti.
Yeah, Yo Gotti.
Now, the other two I feel like really been retired, so I can't even really say much that ain't already been said because I really thought they'd been retired. But the Yo Gotti one has taken me by surprise. And how do y'all feel about Gotti?
I mean, Gotti, I don't know if you want to go ahead.
Go.
Well, Gotti, he moved on to like, because I think he's a label head now.
Yeah.
So he got his own regular label. I know he got Moneybag, I think Pooh Shiesty, if I'm not mistaken. No, Pooh Shiesty.
He was
Gucci. He got a couple Memphis artists, but he's a label head now, so he's on to like the executive type shit now. So I understand him, you know, putting out one more and then moving on to something else.
Yeah, he got Black Youngster too.
Yeah, Black Youngster.
That's what he's thinking of. Yeah. I mean, it's just like Alex said, man. He just basically sitting back collecting money at this point.
Yeah.
I personally still feel like at the same time, I feel like he's kind of sort of been reaching retirement too for a while too, just because you really mostly only hear him now like as a feature, like here and there. Like you really haven't heard a mainstream hit from a guy in a few years or whatever. So he's just been chilling, letting his new artists you know make his bag for him. So and that's definitely what Moneybag is doing. So you know, so and then he's also trying to look out before he leaves or whatever, trying to put on a new artist saying that hey, you can hop on this track with me. If you send me a verse, I think it's hot. Then he took the money out on the. I can give Gotti props, man. He trying to look out one last time before he call it quits, and I think he trying to get him another artist, some some camera time.
Mm-hmm.
With me personally, I think that first I'm happy that he got his just due because he was putting out music a hell of a long time.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that it took years for him to be like in mainstream, and that's another thing like where I'm happy I did like the little Flip mix for today, is because I feel like Flip did not get his just due.
Talking about Lil Flip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like most Texas rappers really didn't, other than UGK. I feel like it's a lot of them that did not get like
it's
the big blow up that they deserve. Like him, Slim Thug to an extent, Paul Wall, like Lil Kiki. It's a whole lot of Texas rappers that didn't get like their shine that they deserve. Like they had their one moment when Mike Jones and he blew up slightly, and all of them kind of like got more exposure, but that's another topic. But I'm happy for Gotti. I'm happy he got to go up and shine.
Yeah.
But again, that's another statement that we got to do as like the elder people now. We're gonna have to buckle down and teach these younger kids that there was some fire ass people, some fire ass music that y'all was missing, or y'all went around. Of course, y'all was too young, but we living in the moment too much, like as our generation, and we kind of like gotta be our parents now and aunts and uncles and be the, as he said, the drunk aunts and uncles at the cookout. So we gotta tell these stories of you know, back in my day, this is how you crip walk, or back in my day, this is how you did blah blah blah. Like we gotta remember that's our that's our job now. Like I did see a meme like this too. It was funny. It was like, you know, ain't no more cookouts because we the cookout people now, which is true. So, like that falls in suit with that too. Like, we're the responsible ones now. Like,
right? Because me personally, I don't even really listen to a lot of these new rappers. I got like a couple. Like,
I try.
Like I like Roddy Ricch or whatever. I like some of his stuff, but it's like maybe a couple of handpicked more. I probably can't even count on one hand.
I say newest rappers that I really got in my flow with discography would probably be like Lil Uzi. I can't really call the baby new. He's
y'all listen
yeah,
like
see, that's why I didn't name him because he's one of my favorites. So
y'all don't listen like a Nardo Wick or
I like his hits out here.
NLE Chopper.
Like okay,
NLE,
I like what gets shown to me.
Right.
But I won't wake up and be like, let me go find him.
Right.
But it's more like if I'm in the car with someone that's maybe some years younger than me, like my cousin, she's like 22. So, you know, we're in the car with each other and she puts the shit on, oh, this shit fire. I'll put it on my phone and save it, but I won't be like, oh, let me search this dude up. But it's not like the newer rappers ain't putting out hits, because they are. And that's another thing we can't do. We can't be like stuck in the mud, old people, or getting old people, be like, oh, music was fire back in my day. It's always going to change. That's evolution. But what we can't do is be stuck in that and not think like how we got to this point. Like our parents didn't do that. Like they kept it going and we kept it going. And then with this generation, we got to make sure like it still sticks and it still continues.
And also, it's a whole lot easier nowadays because you can just pick up your phone and search up whoever you get introduced to and find their old catalog.
Which is true.
Whereas, like when we was growing up,
we didn't have
to kind of go get CDs and cassettes and stuff like that. So it's a whole lot easier for them to even know where to find the stuff at.
It is. But at least us three here would know we gotta take this pack in for real and help the youth. And whoever listens, whoever watches, we gotta help we also have to help the youth too, because we can't let our shit die. Okay. But this your boy, the Ravishing Rudy, and of course the Daniel McCain, and my boy Just Alex. Check out his podcast on all social networks, and you can check out Let's Find Out also on all social networks. Until then, peace. Tom Brady, please retire.
No, he just announced it.
Yeah, are you sure? Because last week this man was bullshit.
I seen on Twitter earlier that they would say he was going to retire, but I also seen something else that said he told the Bucks GM that he wasn't sure. And I don't know which.
Well, fans of Tom, tell this man retire.